Being a cycling journalist, I've travelled all over Europe to cover races, but this year, 3 of the biggest are coming to the UK to create an unprecedented summer of cycling. I've set myself the challenge of seeing the cities of all 3 in just 3 days. Yesterday I was in Belfast checking out the first 3 stages of the Giro d'Italia, and today I've travelled back over the Irish Sea and driving up the motorway to Leeds for the Grand Départ of the Tour de France. Tomorrow, I'm off to Glasgow to explore all the venues that will be hosting cycling events at the Commonwealth Games. So, it's no time to enjoy the magnificent sunrise over Liverpool's stunning skyline, because I've got to get to the centre of Leeds, which will be turned yellow when the Tour de France arrives in early July.
We're here on the steps of Leeds Town Hall, which marks the start of the 2014 Tour de France. 22 teams are going to set off from here on their 2,200 mile journey. Now anticipation is really building for this race. It's going to be an amazing event, and I'm about to go and meet some people who are going to tell me a little bit more about the Tour's first 2 days in Yorkshire.
It's going to be undoubtedly the biggest event ever to happen in Yorkshire. Getting the Tour de France was kind of part of the package, but really the bigger prize for us was actually kind of changing perceptions in Yorkshire. Give kids more access to bikes and access to cycle training, improve the infrastructure in the county. We recognise that there's more we can do around that. So there's lots of longer term goals that we're aiming at. The Tour de France really is kind of the catalyst for that.
I need a bike for the day ahead of me, and I want something that reflects Yorkshire's great tradition of hand-building bikes. I've heard Pennine Cycles from Bradford has run up some extra special machines for the Tour's arrival.
It's a custom-built steel frame made of 853 tubing, got CanPag equipment on and spinnegy wheels. And it's 15 years old.
It's a lovely sort of traditional geometry frame. What sort of riding has been done on this?
It's one of my club members who's an artist. This was always his summer bike, he's always enjoyed it. Recently bought a carbon fibre frame, but he will still use it in the summertime and enjoy the ride characteristics it's got. It's still a very lightweight bike.
I gather that there's not just a bike that's painted in polka dot colours for the King of the Mountains, there's also a yellow version as well.
Yes, I've got a yellow version of the Pennine frame made in Columbus tubing, and a couple of my customers think they're sprinters and they've got green bikes.
Speaking of sprinters, I need to dash to my next stop with one of the UK's best known fastmen.
We've headed out of Leeds, the sun's still shining, just about to get on the road, got my bike. Now Malcolm Elliot, local cycling legend, is going to be my guide. So I suppose being a Sheffield lad, you're more au fait with the roads around Sheffield on stage 2.
Yeah, the last 50k of stage 2, I could pretty much tell you every pothole and every kink and kick in the road.
Those 50 kilometres, it's a great chance for all the attackers to have a go. How do you think that stage is going to end?
It's one after the other, just a barrage of short, sharp climbs, just perfect launch pads for anybody with good legs.
I mean, it's brilliant for sort of UK's booming cycling culture now that the Tour's coming back, and obviously for the UK riders too. How much would it have meant for you to have been able to race the Tour in Britain?
I think it would just be pretty unbelievable. That much harder now to even get in.
Carried on my route just past Skipton. Malcolm's peeled off, but I've caught up with the guys from Ilkley CC, and they're going to tell me a little bit about what it means to have the Tour de France in their backyard this summer.
It's fantastic. Everyone's so keen to looking forward to it, and looking at the clock ticking down to the days, and everybody's booking leave.
And a lot of the local primary schools, from what I can gather, are getting really involved into being part of the tour when it comes through, trying to rival what we see on the continent. Big statues and big wheels rotating in the field. You know.
Paint a few cows, you know.
the usual stuff.
We're going to paint some sheep here, not cows. Being well, Yorkshire.
Somebody is painting sheep in the colours, I believe, up on Silsden Moor.
The big question is, though, if Cavendish is there, he says he wants to be there. Harrogate looks like a stage made for him. You guys, do you reckon he can bag the win?
Well, I think we all hope for that, and we hope that for Cav and for British cycling, and that would be an ideal ideal scenario. But I mean, the route, they said the route's flat, but it isn't flat, as you're probably aware. Cavendish is not so good on the hill, so let's hope he doesn't get dropped on butter tubs on his way round.
Right, Kevin, thanks very much. Right, better get on, got a few more miles to do tonight. With the night drawing in, I need to hit the road and make it to the Scottish border of Gretna, where I'll be getting my head down for the night, ahead of the final stop on my trip, Glasgow.
Scotland and the rest of the UK have got the book for cycling, haven't they?
It's pretty much a career-defining moment, to be honest with you.